Hello, and welcome back. I'm so glad you decided to spend the next few minutes here with me. Have you ever found yourself trapped in a mental movie loop? You replay a simple conversation in your head, again and again and again, rewording your lines, questioning your tone, wondering if you said something completely wrong. Or maybe you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., meticulously crafting worst-case scenarios for something that hasn't even happened yet? Yes, we've all been there. That relentless mental commentary, that spinning wheel of what-ifs and should-haves, that is overthinking. It's when your mind becomes a perpetual motion machine that never takes a break. Today, we're talking about how to stop overthinking everything. Our approach isn't about using willpower to force your brain to just stop, but rather about understanding why this loop exists and learning how to gently guide your mind back to the present moment and back to peace. A few months ago, I was having coffee with an old friend, Jesse. Jessie is incredibly talented, smart, and driven, but she was visibly exhausted. She was stuck in a paralyzing cycle of what ifs. What if I pitch this great idea and my boss just dismisses it? What if I try dating again and I just get hurt? What if I'm fundamentally not good enough to handle the promotion I was offered? She was so tangled up in these potential future failures that she had stopped taking action entirely. Her project deadlines were slipping, and even small decisions, like choosing a dinner recipe, felt overwhelming. And that's the true destructive trap of overthinking. It gives you the illusion of control. Your brain tells you, if I just analyze this problem one more time, I'll find the answer. But in reality, it completely paralyzes you. It keeps you safe, yes, but safe inside a cage of your own making, stopping you from doing the very things that could move your life forward. Why we overthink. So, why does this happen? Why do we get stuck in these loops? The short answer is, our brains are wired for survival, not for peace. Thousands of years ago, a human needed to analyze every single rustle in the distant bushes. It could literally mean the difference between lunch and becoming lunch. It was a crucial survival mechanism. Today, the bushes have changed. They've morphed into urgent emails, unread messages on a group chat, or the public opinion on social media. But our ancient brains still react the exact same way. That intense overanalysis is your mind's deepest, most primal effort to protect you from potential pain, failure, or rejection. In essence, overthinking is fear disguised as logic. It feels productive. It feels necessary. But it's just your fear trying to stay one step ahead of a non-existent threat. But here's the crucial truth we need to internalize. Thinking more doesn't always mean understanding more. In fact, very often, it just means you are suffering longer than necessary. Recognizing the signs. Let's quickly check in with ourselves. How do you know when productive thinking crosses the line into harmful overthinking? You might be caught in this trap if you find yourself ruminating. You constantly replay past mistakes, conversations, or perceived embarrassments in vivid detail, searching for a different outcome. Catastrophizing. You routinely imagine the absolute worst-case scenario for nearly every simple situation, even mundane ones. Seeking constant validation. You ask for reassurance from partners, friends, or colleagues again and again, even after the issue has been resolved. Delayed action. You delay simple decisions like sending an email or starting a task because you are waiting for the information or conditions to be perfect. Sound familiar? It's okay. Awareness is the crucial first step toward regaining your freedom. Acknowledging the habit is the only way to change it. The shift. Here is the most powerful paradigm shift you can make when dealing with an overactive mind. You cannot control every thought that pops into your head, but you can absolutely control what you do with it. The ultimate goal here is not to completely stop thinking, which is impossible, by the way. The goal is to stop believing every single thought is true, urgent, or deserving of your attention. When a critical or worrying thought appears, for example, the thought, "I'm probably going to mess this up and look ridiculous," don't try to argue with it. Instead, just pause and ask a single, dispassionate question. Is this thought helpful or is it harmful right now? If the thought isn't helpful, if it isn't moving you toward a solution or a positive feeling, you don't have to keep it. You don't have to engage. Let it pass like a cloud slowly moving across the vast blue sky. Remember, you are the sky. Your thoughts are just the weather. Practical steps to stop overthinking. Now, let's talk about 5 real, simple steps tools you can use right now to pull yourself out of the mental quicksand. Ground yourself in the present. When your mind starts to spiral into the past or the future, it's lost touch with the now. Bring your full attention back to your senses. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Listen to the 3 closest sounds around you. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. This physical exercise tells your ancient brain, "I am safe here now." Limit what if thinking with so what. Overthinking loves to start sentences with what if. When you catch yourself doing this, immediately finish the sentence with so what. For example, what if I failed the presentation? So what? So what? I'll learn what went wrong and prepare better for the next one. This simple verbal flip instantly shifts your fear response into a resilient, action-oriented plan. Set a worry time. If your brain refuses to stop analyzing a problem, give it a structure. Tell yourself, "I'm going to think about this problem, and only this problem, from 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. When that time is up, you consciously stand up and move on. Action ends anxiety. Endless analysis only fuels it. The brain dump. Write it out. Journaling is the simplest and most effective way to empty your mind onto a piece of paper. You are externalizing the internal noise. Once your worries are written down, they are no longer just terrifying, amorphous monsters lurking in your head. They are just ink on a page, and they instantly lose their power over you. Focus on the circle of control. Overthinking happens when we try to manage things outside our control. Draw a circle. Inside the circle, list what you can control: your attitude, your effort, your response. Outside the circle, list what you can't control: other people's opinions, the outcome, the past. Peace lives only inside that circle. Direct your energy there. Reflection. When you finally learn to quiet the constant noise of overthinking, life doesn't just become easier, it becomes profoundly lighter. You suddenly realize that most of your problems weren't actual problems. They were just intricate, exhausting stories your mind was telling you. You stop waiting for the perfect time or the perfect plan, and you simply start living. Remember this: your mind is a brilliant tool. capable of extraordinary things. It is not a trap designed to constantly criticize you. Learn to use it to create, not to destroy your own peace. If this episode helped you take a deeper breath or feel a little more centered today, please share it with one person who you think needs the same simple reminder. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep practicing the beautiful art of letting go of what's holding you back. Thanks for listening. See you next time.